That's carried. Thank you. Do you want to... Oh, yeah. Do you want to jump into your quarter one report as well?
Yep.
And then
Hand
we'll go
over
into
to Tony for this.
Great. So, so for the quarter one performance against SOI targets for the dashboards, you'll see that the group has largely performed well in quarter one, but also note that Orion's dashboard is for a half year, so 2 quarters, given their March balance date. For financial measures, Orion has indicated that there's some uncertainty around their full year profit forecast, and that's largely due to increased depreciation off the back of 120 million revaluation uplift at year end. It's a non-cash item and it's not expected to have any impact on Orion's full year dividend forecast. You'll see that the airport are currently ahead of all financial targets, and that is driven by their higher revenue off the back of better than expected passenger numbers, especially domestic passengers. Note that CityCare's financial targets do not include the impact of the Spencer Henshaw acquisition. So you'll see some fluctuation in tracking against targets, and that will flow throughout the whole year. Also on that is including the suspension of dividends to CCHL in favour of repaying debt. This is something that CCHL will manage and absorb the impact of during the year, and we expect no impact on CCHL's full year target dividend to council.
Minuted. We're just minuting that one.
Great. For non-financial measures, just a note about carbon emissions. The group's seen an increase in those since air travel has resumed. However, subsidiaries are continuing to reduce emissions where possible, such as Orion planting Indigenous forests to offset emissions. But also note that some of those initiatives can be difficult to deliver. For example, LPC is trialling biodiesel as an alternative fuel source, but it's facing supply issues along with difficulties transitioning equipment from mineral diesel to biodiesel. So they're really the key points that I wanted to talk about today, and happy to take any questions on the dashboards.
Thank you. That's very useful. We'll start with Aaron.
Yeah, I'll go back to the port company. So their transition on fuels, I'm aware that they could be careful what I say in public, but they have the opportunity to be looking at hydrogen and conversion of, because hydrogen's a lot easier to convert on big vehicles and cranes and stuff, which the numbers I saw stack up and pay for themselves. Why would they not jump at that opportunity?
They are looking at hydrogen along with electric, but it's sourcing the plant is the difficulty. It's not readily available, and also the cost of it at the moment. So it's definitely on their radar, and they are researching it. So
right. Okay, happy to have an offline conversation on that one. And then also with the airports offsetting emissions, it didn't make much media, but there's they're trialling a hydrogen program at our airport, along with one in Europe, which is world leading. Weirdly, hardly made the news, and you guys haven't mentioned it as well. So I think they should be flying that flag a little more.
Yeah,
it's in the individual updates in the strategic update.
Oh, you do it then? Okay.
Okay, Yanni? Yep.
Just on page, our agenda 480, it references CCHL will encourage its subsidiaries to report on and work to show narrowing of the gap between the highest and lowest remuneration in each company. And I just wondered if that was also applicable to CCHL, and given the comment that we just heard in terms of the annual report, whether that would still be flagged as green. And I guess I was just trying to understand, given, like, I think the previous increase in senior executive remuneration for CCHL was quite significant, why we've got that highlighted as green in this quarter.
for CCHL parent.
The CCHL parent, yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, it is green. There is restraint on senior executive remuneration at CCHL parent.
I think people
like about a $70,000 increase.
So you're
That's-
referring
that
to
no
the,
longer applies, but
you're referring to
Yeah,
the
I mean, there is
CEO
an,
remuneration.
and perhaps we have
maybe
an
it's a
offline
PX thing,
conversation.
just given the circumstances around that appointment at the moment. Yeah.
More to the question around CCHL encouraging its subsidiaries, but CCHL also have a requirement to look at recording the
So I think,
The gap?
yeah, sorry, Yanni means the group, not the parent.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, I think he means the parent. Yeah.
But it's said in here it's about the
Yeah.
the group.
Aren't you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean,
But I'm
they've
just
got
asking if that
four
also
staff.
applies
So
to
we
the
have, I think,
You're talking about
the target, the measure is that CCHL will encourage its subsidiaries to do that, and that is green. We have done that, and we continue to do it.
And to make it clear, we show restraint when we are employing our CEO as well, and that was a heavily negotiated process in a very competitive environment to bring in people with skill sets. So
Yeah, and there's one observation I'd make, Yanni, which I think one of your points is a valid one, which is when people are preparing monitoring reports, there is a desire for as much green as you can possibly get. I don't think we should be afraid of red and orange. So that the point of green is, as Tony was saying, is to demonstrate progress is happening, and progress is happening. If we think that there are changes in trends, then that is something we should be prepared to flag.
Okay, I'm happy to move that. Would someone like to second? Aaron will second it. Any discussion? No. All in favour, say aye. Aye. Against? That's